What we have here are two common choices of gas that you'll have. You have 60-40 and CO2 for your beer dispense. Quite often you may have different mixed gases. You may have 50-50 for such as Carling Premier, 30-70 for such as Guinness. But the denunciation is the first part is CO2, the second part is the nitrogen content. The main differences between the two are, if you're looking for lager or cider with a crisp bite, then you tend to go with CO2. CO2 is the primary one because you're going to have more fizz in your glass, it's going to look more presentable, but it is also dependent on the glassware being nucleated. If you're going to be serving it at such as a temporary event or somewhere or in plastic glasses, I would go with 60-40. The nitrogen content leaves a foam on the top and it goes all the way down the glass, so all the way down to the very bottom you're still going to have a head looking presentable, whereas CO2 demands the nucleated glasses. What you'll find is there are two very different connectors on this one here. One, the mixed gas valve, it has an internal shaft. They will not fit each other. You need specific for each one. Simply push it in, twist it round and tighten, finger tight. CO2 is an external. On this one here, you'll tighten it on and it'll wrap all the way around to the outside. Both cylinders can be nipped up with a little valve, little turn to be tight enough. And when standing and in use, I would always recommend that they're chained up properly and safely and connected with a restrainer so as to prevent falling or accidents. These are fixed to the wall in your bar, usually on the wall. On there you'll see as soon as you turn the gas on, you'll see the one valve will shoot up saying that you've got pressure. This one then, you adjust in to exactly where you need the pressure to go to. The valve will move up and you'll set your pressure. Now pressure setting is dependent on temperature. If you was in a pub, your cellar would be 12 degrees all the time. If you're having a small bar where you're having no keg cooling jacket, you're going to have variables of temperature. The hotter it is, the more gas that you'll need. The cooler that it is, the less gas that you will need. But you have to bear in mind that a keg like this has a spear that goes all the way down to the bottom. When gas goes into the keg, it pushes the beer down and then back up the spear, through your coupler and out to your tap. If it's above 16, 18 degrees, what will happen is the gas will move through the beer. So when it's pulling up from the bottom, you'll be pulling through air as well as beer, which is going to cause fobbing. So any outdoor bar or any permanent structure, I would definitely recommend getting one of the cooling kits to ensure that you've got temperature chilled down. Not only is it going to make the beer dispense better, but the longevity of the beer, in the sense of thinking of it as a food, the cooler it's going to be, the longer it's going to last. Once you tap into that keg, you're not going to get the 6 to 8 weeks on it that it's got on the top of the date. Ideally, you'd want drinking it in 2 weeks, a week tops. Sorry, a week, 2 weeks tops. But the colder you make it, the more longer it is going to last.